Hi, fellow white people. Black History Month is tomorrow. Let's not do anything to ruin it this year. Okay, my fellow milk crickets? We're gonna be good this year. Yes, we are. And if we are, maybe you'll get a prize. But you have to be good. You can't ruin Black History Month this year. Okay? Thank you, my babies. Bye.
Okay. As a fellow milk cricket and person of color, we disavow this crazy uncooked marshmallow. Welcome back. Beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Rudowski here of wearechange.org. And there's a lot of just absolutely crazy and wild news to get into today. As of course, domestically, there's some people being federally charged and some people being let off with some very interesting cases that we are going to be highlighting here. As of course, the situation against Donald Trump just took a turn for the worse, as Elon Musk is also the latest target of a judicial war that has been being fought against some of the biggest anti-establishment figures in our society. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all here on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast highlights Dr. Jebra Foshee, who took to TikTok demanding that you honkies, you better not ruin Black History Month, as of course the memes in response to this have ruined Black History Month. Holy cow. This one right here, we can't show you. I wish we could. We can't. As they make a very compelling argument that this is the perfect way. Making that TikTok video is the perfect way to destroy Black History Month. And she did exactly what she told other crackers not to do. This, as of course, white liberal women are dealing with mental health problems more than ever in recorded human history. And I don't just mean that facetiously. You look at the specific prescriptions of SSRIs, antidepressants, feelings of loneliness and depression. White women overwhelmingly dominate those charts in record numbers and are more prone to losing their minds. In related news, a female passenger, 60 years of age, is now being slapped with federal charges after she had a mental meltdown and decided to strip naked on a Frontier airline flight from Orlando to Philadelphia. Why do I mention this? Well, those charges are interesting, as the federal government and Capitol Police won't be charging two men who also stripped naked in the federal Senate building and decided to shoot an adult video for the whole internet to see. It's almost as if there's like a two-tier justice system here, as of course there is. This as in related weird butt stuff news, Bud Light just decided to partner with comedian Shane Gillis, an individual who was previously canceled by the woke mob and now is being endorsed by a beer company that literally tried to sell confused children alcoholic beverages through TikTok advertisements with Dylan Mulvaney. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm still not willing to forgive them, no matter how much money they give to the UFC or non-woke comedians. I definitely disagree with Joe Rogan and Tim Pool on their assessments here, and still think we should be boycotting the company. This as in related absolute failure news, we have more reporting of the Biden administration policies that are creating more bedlam all throughout the United States, the latest of which is in Maui, Hawaii, that of course is dealing now with a massive homeless crisis, as those problems are only being exacerbated through Democratic policies, all in major populated cities throughout the United States that of course have Democratic leadership. But don't worry, the same administration that is creating bedlam all over the United States has a plan to launch another foreign war with Iran that they're planning, according to some sources, many days of strikes against, including of course cyber warfare that will be conducted against them, as it is preparing for weeks of attacks against Iran and their proxies inside of the Middle East, with another tumultuous situation that of course will only spur up more hatred and blowback to the West. A situation that the United States is known for doing. This as radical groups against Western civilizations are just being supported by your tax dollars and of course growing in large numbers like the Houthi rebels. And with the majority of your tax dollars going to perpetual war that will never end, you should also make sure that you have enough expenses for yourself. One of those expenses should be for LukeUnfiltered.com, an online educational resource that you could probably write off Again, I'm not a tax accountant. I can only speak from my own personal experiences, which I have many of, specifically when it comes to in regards to learning about all the things that very powerful people don't want you knowing about. And one particular aspect that I think is absolutely critical to understand is, of course, your own physical health, your own spiritual and mental well-being, which, of course, I have been trying to prioritize, trying to learn about. I share a lot about my own personal journeys, how you could implement potentially some of the things that I do, all on lukeunfiltered.com, as of course I am going to be having a special video just for members right after this video, specifically about how to become the strongest, best version of yourself regarding an important aspect of health that a lot of people disregard. That conversation, plus a lot more, centered towards helping you as much as we can, all on lukeunfiltered.com. Signing up, it's quick, it's easy, it's simple. You click right here, you join for whatever tier you want to join and sign up for. We have multiple tiers that are all available for people from all different classes and backgrounds that give you different levels of access to us and our newsroom and the ability to, of course, work with us all through just clicking the link down in the description below, putting in your information, and of course, you will get emailed back a login. As of course, being a member also gives you exclusive access to call in to our show, just like some of the amazing callers that we took last night on the 2-hour podcast we did with the head of Libs of TikTok, Haya Raichik, where you guys actually got the chance to call in and ask us whatever questions you guys wanted to do. That's just one perk out of many perks available for members of lukeunfiltered.com. Again, if you haven't signed up yet, it is more crucial than ever that you do so we could grow and expand this independent media operation. This, as the situation all throughout the United States, could be described as a very tumultuous one, as the Daily Mail has a very interesting article that reads, "Will border standoff fan the flames of Texan secession?" As many people are documenting a surge in support for Texit, as some legal experts are saying that this is something that could actually happen, as of course the government of Florida has just announced that they're going to be deploying their own state guard to the Texas border under a new bill in support of the Texas government that is standing up against the federal government and the Biden administration, that with the Supreme Court ruled that essentially they have to allow people to walk into this country. This as Biden has just built up his re-election campaign to the tune of $117 million, as of course his chief rival is spending an estimated $50 million on legal fees, as he is facing 750 years in jail after many prominent Democrat district attorneys have filed charges against him. This as many Democrats are celebrating the fact that Donald Trump is having financial worries and difficulties and literally spent an estimated $30 million in legal fees in just over 6 months. This as Donald Trump faces 91 counts in 4 criminal cases against him, and clearly the charges against him are clear election interference that prevent him not only from campaigning, but also raising enough funds to be able to do so effectively, as Joe Biden has the full support of the corporate establishment that, of course, is fully backing him and supporting him, since, of course, the powerful people, the banksters, the corporate heads, are able to get whatever they want under his administration, and therefore see him more favorable, as some poll numbers are coming out highlighting how women voters are swinging this potential presidential election to the point of 6 points, as The Independent is reporting that according to this poll, Donald Trump would lose to Joe Biden by 6 points in a presidential election. Now, other polls are showing that Trump is actually leading Biden in all 7 key swing states, but could lose support if he is found guilty, as the Supreme Court is literally arguing if Donald Trump could even be on the ballot this election cycle. This as CNN is hoping that Anthony Scalia could somehow rule against the former president of the United States and deny him the ability to be on the ballot of many key states, as people highlight the large possibility of a lot of shenanigans this coming election cycle that will bring a lot of turmoil to our current way of life that many people believe will be disrupted because of this election cycle. This, as of course, that's not the only legal lawfare being conducted, as of course Elon Musk was recently the target of it, as now he is trying to incorporate Tesla in Texas after a judge in Delaware described and decided that his payment for working at Tesla was just too excessive. As Elon Musk had a deal with Tesla shareholders saying that if he could get the company to be valued over $600 billion, that he would get a payout of $56 billion himself, a pay package that now a judge arbitrarily denied to Elon Musk, essentially taking away a lot of his resources away from him. This as even Andrew Sorkin came out and said that he previously criticized CEO compensation a lot, came out with comments favorable to Elon Musk here, as Vivek Ramaswamy took to Twitter to even describe this situation as a court case that could decide the future of capitalism, describing the judge's decision here as something that challenges the free market and ability of individuals to contract with each other. This, as it's fair to say, that recently we had the weaponization of the justice system against members of the anti-establishment, people who dare to criticize the current regime, as the establishment wants everyone to know that there is a price to pay for daring to, of course, counter them or even question them. Now, will these larger judicial rulings have a chilling effect on the majority of Americans from speaking out against the powers that be? Well, probably, as of course, a lot of people see these decisions as absolutely unfair and something that is leading towards a bigger divide in our current political discourse in society that is becoming more divided than ever. And with politics being polarized, an election set that most people will see as stolen, this brings very serious questions to the sanctity and security of the current country that we are in. How do you see this playing out yourself? Let me know down in the comment section below. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively watching and supporting this independent media organization. And because you do, this is why I am still here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively signing up to LukeUnfiltered.com, where the conversation continues from here. Sign up right now. I will see you there right after this video. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that, and that's why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.